it.
What's up, y'all? It's Work Out the Landlord. Y'all now tuned in to Philly F.A.M.E TV.
Philly F.A.M.E. Philly F.A.M.E. Alright, what's up, good brother? How you doing first and foremost?
What's up, boy? What's up?
Everything good?
Yeah.
I see you looking good doing your thing, know what I mean? I've been following you on the gram for a minute, know what I mean? I've been seeing the work you've been putting in, the progress you've been making, you know, you've been coaching, mentoring,
for sure.
I mean, all that type of stuff. So before we get into that, you know, I just want to give people a brief understanding about who you are, where you come from, a little bit about your backstory.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's start off with what part of the city you're originally from?
I'm from North Philly. Philly, yep.
Alright, so give people a little bit of explanation about what it was like growing up, you know, as a young in North.
Alright, so like in North Philly, like I grew up, it's like kind of like every ghetto, like all around the world for real. Like we ain't had nothing. My family, we all came from nothing. Like that's the backstory. Like everybody really kind of had the same story. And but me, like what separated me from kind of other people is money always came to me for some reason. I was like 11 years old. I go down to AC. And I found like $10,000 in the bathroom, stuff like that. Like money always attracted to me. So you know, even though we was broke, we still always had some type of money. You feel me?
Alright. So you had siblings or just you?
I got a brother and a sister.
Alright.
Yeah, brother and sister. Yeah.
Okay, just mom or mom and dad?
My mom and my dad was there. My mom, she was a drunk. Like she used to drink back in the day. Like she turned her life around. But that's what kind of made everything crazy. Like I was out in the field like when I was like 12 years old. I started trapping when I was like probably like 13 or something like that.
Alright, so yeah, I want to touch a little bit on that, but before I want to get to how school was for you. I mean, based though your mom was, you know, unstable at that time, like how was school for you and your siblings?
Well, schools, like I was kind of like all over the place. Like I went to Bartram, I went to Gratz, I went to CEP, I went to like four or five different high schools. So I was like back and forth between my grandma, my mom, my dad, basically because like my mom wasn't stable and then my dad was in the military. Like so we definitely was just like all over the place, honestly.
Right. And you say you jumped outside like 11 years old, 12, 13, like early?
No, I was like 12. I was like 12 years old. That's when I started trapping.
And what made you at that age, you know, decide to go out there and take that route?
So I'm gonna keep it real with you. So I didn't know anything about trapping. My uncle, remember that 11,000 I told you I found?
Yeah.
That 11,000, my uncle finessed me out of it. He finessed me out of 11. He was like, damn, I'm gonna give you the money back. So next thing you know, like a year go by, like he like, damn, young boy, I got you. I'm gonna look out for you. So the whole time he done took my money and bought probably like a 9 or something like that with my money. And next thing you know, like I had to kind of make it happen. He had money in the drawers, work everywhere. So you know, I just said, look, I need my money. So I just started grabbing money out of each stack, Started grabbing money out of each stack, and then that's how I kind of got in the game. And then like the work, I didn't really know anything about work, so I'm grabbing globs full of work and just giving that shit to people for the low. So like that's how I kind of got into the game right there.
So you say you from North, right?
Yeah.
You from area part of North though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you actually came up on the side, you know, Gil and them from that side, Major Figures era and all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So you grew up in that era, you know what I mean, on that side.
Yeah.
So speak a little bit on what that was like. You know, a lot of people heard about it, but a lot of people wasn't around or outside at that time. So speak a little bit on that.
I ain't gonna lie, like when I was growing up, I used to want to be like Gil, Ruck. That was like kind of like he was like my old head. Like all of them, I really looked up to all of them. Gil, Ruck, Bump, all of them. I look up to all of them. Like when I was young boy coming up, whatever. But me and Ruck actually, Ruck and a couple of, like Lil Malik. I don't know if y'all know him. Lil Malik. We used to trap back in the day. Like you know, that's how when I started trapping on Smelly Street, because that's where I'm from. Smelly in Ontario, but I kind of migrated up to 18th Ontario. So when I went up there, whatever, that's how I got real hip. That's what they started giving me the game and all that type of stuff. And me and Ruck, you know, that's how I started trapping.
All right. So yeah, it's funny because Ruck one of my favorite rappers from that era. Like I mean, from Major Figures. I mean, you know, everybody loved the Figures back then, but Ruck was one of my guys, man. Yeah. So like, it's crazy to hear you say like, I mean, like you knew him in that manner. So speak a little bit. Or give me a little story, you know what I mean, y'all back in the day or something like that.
I ain't gonna lie, me and RU, like he taught me, I ain't gonna lie, that's where I got some of my swagger from, for RU, R to the U, nigga, that's crazy. Like RU, he gave me a lot of swagger, but a story I can give you, let me think, All right. I say one good story. They brought Kiss down to the block or whatever. Kiss, Styles, all the Rough Riders. So I'm a young boy. I'm amazed by seeing these guys. Like, I'm not who I am now. You feel me? So I'm looking at Kiss and them. I'm like, damn, how the fuck they bring Kiss to the hood? So they brought Kiss to the hood and shit. We go, so then we shoot up to, this was 2000 era. That's how I was like maybe 16 or 17 years old. So we go to the hotel, whatever. So Kiss give Rucky a Bart Iceberg hoodie. Y'all remember Iceberg?
Yeah.
He gave Ruck a Iceberg hoodie. We in there just chopping it up. Like he really would have been like how Meek was for real. Like how Meek is today. Like I really think like Ruck would have been that person. And then, you know, he ended up getting killed, man, over some bullshit for real. Like that shit just, I ain't gonna lie, that was like one of the things that really kind of like hurt my heart. But he was like a different type of guy. Like he was like anywhere he went, he lit that shit up. Like, you know what I mean? That's a good story I can give to you. Like he just brought anybody out. Yeah.
Right. So how long would you say you was in the mix of that before, you know, like you decided to transition out of it?
I was trapping for I would say like 6 or 7 years, something like that. 6 or 7 years. I was getting locked up. Like a lot of my homies got killed. Like when I started seeing my homies got killed, that's what made me like, damn, I keep on ducking and shit. I got robbed. I'm like, no, look, it's time for me to get out of it. But before I got out of it, I got locked up. I got locked up for 2 years. When I got locked up, my aunt actually took like 30 grand from me. So when I came home, I only had a house. So that was like, I'm like, damn, man, I'm about to just stick to this house shit. You feel me? So that's what kind of like made me transition and made me start thinking different.
So being so you started so young, did you even finish school or how?
Oh yeah, I finished school. I was actually good in school. Like I was like throughout all that shit, I still was like good in school. Like I was like an A student. I finished school. I graduated, everything.
So you was doing all that while still being outside doing that?
All that. I'm out all night with the pit bulls in the yard playing basketball. I was doing everything, like for real.
So was it the jail situation that ultimately made you decide to leave that alone, or was it something else that happened that made you say, you know, I gotta go a different route?
No, my best friend, like my cousin Shiz, he got killed in 2005. That would kind of like really change everything. So I still was in the streets, but after he got killed, I was like, damn, like I really don't want to be in this shit. But I didn't know anything else to do, so I still kept trapping, and then I got locked up. So that's what I was doing like 23-1 for like I think a year straight. That shit changed my whole life right there. For
all right, so being in the hole,
yeah, 23-1 for a year.
So you did 2 years of, I'm assuming it's like drug related or something like that?
Yeah. I got booked for some drugs and a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, drugs and a gun.
So how long ago was it like when you went to jail? How long ago was that?
This was like I actually got booked in 2008. Yeah, 2008. And then I came home, and then I did 5 years. I did 5 or 6 years straight after that.
Okay.
So I got like 7 years and all together.
So the last stint is when you did the stint in the hole for a year?
Yeah, that was the last stint. That's what really made me.
So you did the 2 years the first time, then the last 5 was the like, all right, this is my last straw, basically.
Yeah, this is it after that.
So give somebody, you know, who never went through something like that a little bit of an understanding, because you always hear people talk about being in the hole 23-1 by yourself like that. So just share a little bit of that experience that you said that really changed your life.
So basically, like when I was locked up for those, I just was thinking, like I was a thinker. I already had accumulated houses in that time frame. So my mind frame was like, yo, I'm gonna treat this like college right now. So the 23 hours that I was in there, I'm studying the whole time. But imagine just being trapped in the cell for that long. Like that shit really can mess your mind up. So if you're not strong-minded, it can make you go crazy. So I just treated like, yo, I'm in college right now. I'm studying these real estate books, and I'm gonna get to the next level. So the whole time while everybody partying out there, I'm hearing all this stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm treating this like I'm locked in. And when I get home, because I'm definitely coming home. When I come home, I'm gonna turn it up.
Right. So you said before you got locked up for that 5 that you already accumulated some properties before. So what was you thinking about doing with them at the time that you grabbed? Was you seeing yourself being what you is now? Or?
No. So that first time, the first time when I got locked up, remember I told you my aunt took the 30K. So when I came home, I had that one crib in Brewerytown. So I'm like, all right, damn, I still got this house. I can get rent from that. So I read this book. It was like, it said 90% of millionaires become rich off of real estate. So that kind of stuck in my mind from there. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get as much houses as I can off the trap, and then keep it pushing.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
So the transition from you actually coming home out of that situation, explain that a little bit, how it was. You know, you did a year in the hole, you did 5 years total. This last bit, now you back in the world. Explain that transition coming from that to back home and now trying to do the right thing.
So honestly, like when I was locked up, my mom, like I had like 3 or 4 houses or whatever that was getting rented out. So she was actually saving all that money for me. My mom and my girl, they saving all my money for me. So I already had some money when I came home. So the transition, it was kind of still funny because, like, you know, money go fast or whatever. Right. So I had a couple dollars in a couple houses, but like the transition was kind of like bad. It took me like a year to kind of get my credit together. So that's what kind of messed me up, because if you get $3,000 or $4,000 a month, that shit ain't no money for real. You feel me? So that's what made me kind of transition. Like, all right, damn, let me get my credit together and then get to the next level.
Right. So go ahead, like, touch a little bit on that, getting your credit together, and then how was you able to, you know, parlay that into...
So basically, like, what happened was I had all these fucking houses, right? So I didn't know anything about equity. So once I came home, those houses I bought, one for like 5, one for 12, 10, all these different crazy BS numbers. But those same houses basically came up in value. So those houses was probably worth like an M or something like that. You know what I mean? You know, if y'all don't know what Brewery Town is, that's the neighborhood that basically, you know, all the values went up. So those same houses, I basically had to get the equity out of them. So that's what took me a whole year. I'm like, damn, I got to figure out how I'm gonna get my credit right. So I went to the bank like, yo, I need a home equity loan. So my credit wasn't good, all that shit wasn't good. So they told me how to do it, and then I figured it out. I got with my mentor, his name F.A.M.E. I know everybody probably know him. I got with him. He showed me, this was way before like we was on, like that's why where we at now. But he told me how to basically get my credit together. Then once I figured that out, I already had the houses already. I just pulled the equity out, and then I started with those loans. That's how I got in the game.
Okay.
Yep.
So your first big, I would say, transaction, first big check or whatever, because you say you've been getting money, you know, on and off throughout the years and stuff like that.
For sure.
But your first, whatever you would consider a big check, like how was that for you when you first was able to accomplish that?
I got like 180. I got like 180, and then I got another 2 something. So it was like probably like $300,000 to $400,000 I got like really to start off. But my mindset, I always was a hustler, so that money wasn't really nothing. I was just trying to get to the millions or whatever. But it felt good. It felt good to get to it. But once I got it, I'm just trying to get to the next thing. You know what I mean? Kind of like this was years and years ago. So in 2005, like when I bought my first house. So I've been really doing it for I guess 16 years. So I would say like 2017 is when I actually started coaching and all that type of stuff. After I took the course, after I took Mark course, M500 course, I'm like, damn, like I got everything together. I got all the knowledge. I got everything together. So let me start teaching all my young boys, because I've been through that shit already. I was trapping. I did good in trapping, but you can only take trapping but like too far. Like you gonna get locked up. The feds gonna indict you. Like all that shit coming. So I'm like, all right, damn, look, let me show them how to do this shit legally so we can make our way out of this shit.
Got you. All right, so now fast forward to today. You know, it's a lot of people that's doing, you know, real estate, mentoring, coaching, a whole lot of people doing it. But you one of the people that I see like separated themselves, branded themselves, was able to stand out amongst other people that's doing this. So speak a little bit on that, like how you was able to, you know, separate yourself and stamp yourself, and you know, because there's a lot of people, like I said, real competitive. Like,
I mean, really for real, I'm like, I started this shit for real. Like people wasn't really doing it. The only person I could say is Greg, but he wasn't doing it like the way I'm doing it. Like he was doing his thing, but as far as like with the young bulls and all that shit, like the drip and all that, like people wasn't doing it. Like, you know what I mean? I own a jewelry store. Like we kind of like a little bit different over here. So I figure like we start like the wave is just different. Like everybody is smoking mirrors. Like nobody really has what they saying they have. You feel me? So that's the way you can separate yourself. If you're really doing what you're doing, people gonna see it like, all right, look, boy really doing that shit. Like boy really doing that shit. So I'm more so lean with him than like a person that's really not, because they can't show you nothing. They can't show you no receipts. You feel me?
Right.
So that's what changed it. You know, that's the difference.
Right. All right, cool. So now somebody watching this like, damn, I want to connect with boy. I want to get some mentorship from him, or I'm thinking about, you know, getting some coaching, or whatever the case may be. Now, I mean, how would they go about, you know, getting at you, connecting with you? doing some business, whatever.
I'm real accessible, bro. Like I'm real accessible. Like, but my office is down 138 South 8th Street. Like I'm the only person like kind of in the city that really got their own business, like this type of business, downtown, downtown market. But you can get with me on workout_landlord on my Instagram. We'll get right back to you. Or just call our office. What's the office number? 215-440-0979. You can
text 215-608-5715.
Yeah, you like it's all different type of ways to get with me. But like honestly, for real, I'm real accessible to the people. I'm not like a Hollywood type of guy. Like you can get with me whenever.
All right. So yeah, I know. I mean, that's the business side. If somebody want to get at you for the coaching and all that, mentorship and all that. But somebody that watching that might need some information or some game or something like that. What's something, I know you charge for information and to do your work for them, but what's something that you can share for the average person that's watching this who might want to get into real estate or might want to get their credit right, might just want to run their bag up some type of way? Like what's something you would recommend or suggest somebody do to get their business in order?
I would say like the main thing that I would teach a person is like you really gotta put the work in, right? It's like you can't undercut the business. You can't undercut the work. You gotta put the work in, and it's all gonna come in fruition. Like me personally, I've been through my trials and tribulations like everybody, right? But the thing is, you have to stand on your business. You can't think you can make a post on Instagram, make whatever post on, and then just get off. Like once you get off of that joint, it's real life after that. So what you want to do is put the work in. I'll get with you for real. Like we can put a plan together and then keep it moving from there. But the main thing is to stay focused.
Right. And also, man, before I want you to, at the end, I want you to plug your socials and all that so people can follow and all that. But before you do that, I mean, it's a lot going on in the city. Homicide rate crazy, carjackings, all type of nonsense. So what would you say, or what would your message be for the city, or what's your thoughts on what you see going on out here right now?
The city climate right now is like really messed up, but it's like I'm seeing it all over money. That's what really honestly made me want to do this. Like, look, let me show these youngins how to get some money. Once I show you how to get some money, then you seen when PUA was around, what was going on? It wasn't really like the homicides wasn't like as it is right now.
Especially not the carjackings. That wasn't even. I mean,
that wasn't even a thing. You feel me? So what I can do is like, look, let's get this bag. I'm gonna show you how to get to the bag, and then you don't gotta even worry about none of that stuff. It's like once you dead, you dead. There's nothing you can do. You can't come back from that. After you get 40 years or something like that, you in jail, you chilling. You can't come back from that. So certain things you can't come back from, and then once you're doing them 10 years in jail, it's like, damn, I should have listened to old head. I shouldn't even be doing this right now. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be doing them days. You gotta do them days. Nobody else gonna do them days in jail. Year after year, day after day, your girl gonna be gone. Like everybody gonna be gone. You're gonna be the only person in that cell during that time. So that's what I tell the youngins. Make sure you take advantage of your time, because you can't get that back. And then once you die, you can't get that back. So stay on point, man. Get to the bag and take care of your family. That's what it's all about.
No, facts. All right, on that note, go ahead and plug your socials so people can follow you, stay updated, connect with you and all that.
So basically, y'all can connect with me at workout_landlord on Instagram. I'm real accessible, like anybody can tell you that. That's my Instagram, or you can come down to my store down 138 South 8th Street, or you can come to our jewelry store on 108 South 8th Street. Make sure y'all get with us. Any drip, whatever y'all trying to do, and we turning these into not into liabilities, man. You know what I mean? These are assets right here. So, you know what I mean? I can show y'all that too.
Yeah. All right, so before we get out of here, man, let's talk about this upcoming event you got going on.
We got a lot going on, right?
You got some heavy hitters on that event. Now, I mean, go ahead and give people a little brief rundown of that.
So listen, with the event, what we doing with the event is it's like a Stop the Violence event, right? I did one last year. I took like 40 kids out to Miami, all paid expense trip. This year we're gonna keep it in Philly. I'm gonna throw a concert, but I want to get as much kids as I can to come out to this event, so y'all can understand that it's not about the concert. Like, I don't care about the concert. It's all about showing you how to build your business up so we can get to that bag, and then we party later. So make sure y'all come down there, get your tickets in my bio.
Go ahead, give people a rundown on some of the people who going.
So we got we got a lot of people, man. We got Newt the entrepreneur, man. That's a young coming up. He doing real good in real estate. Derek CEO, that's another young boy doing the credit. We got people. We got Smitty the Goat coming from Chicago. We got Ricky Ross coming in from LA. We got who else we got? We got the student loan doctor. We got like I ain't gonna lie, it's so many people on this ticket right here. I can't even explain all the people, but it's gonna be a lot of knowledge down there.
We got y'all basically covering like everything. I see it on the flyer from trucking, credit, real estate. I mean, so anything you want to know about how to get plugged in and get to $1, I mean, you should be at this joint.
For sure. All kids too. We trying to get all the kids tickets sponsored, man. So definitely get with us ASAP.
And what's the date for the event? The location and all that?
May 21st is gonna be on Broad in York. It's gonna be we basically turning that to the it's gonna be the Landlord weekend. We're gonna shut it down that weekend. So May 21st, May 20th, we're gonna go to Gratz. That's my high school. We're gonna go talk to the kids, tell them what it is. So make sure y'all lock in with me.
Alright. Yep. And on that note, man, we signing out till next time, man. Philly Fame TV.
I appreciate
Workout Landlord. Know what I mean? Maybe next time we're updating with some exclusive, know what I mean, as time go on.
Yeah, we're gonna be somewhere else.
Know what I mean? Maybe we'll pop up at the event. Who knows?
For sure. Definitely gotta come down there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Like for sure. Alright, we out of here.